home media.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Kansas Missing and Unsolved podcast. I'm your host, Ricky Chabruggy, and with me again, as always, is Derek. And
how you doing, buddy?
I'm trying to there. Gosh darn it! I inadvertently started this show on another window, so I was hearing myself in my other ear.
Oh wow!
Oops.
Having some troubles.
Oh, been a day, let me tell you.
Lori Hayes from Hayes.
Hey, Lori, how you doing?
McPherson in the house. Hayes, Kansas.
Hey, Southeast Oklahoma. Hey, Troy
Johnson.
Whew, sorry for the late start, everybody.
Lincoln, yeah, I fell asleep.
It's Derek's fault.
Yeah. You know, I have had 2 people in my life pass away in the last like 5 days. So I left work early today and went to sleep. Wow. That's what I decided to do with my day.
Got Newton, Pueblo, Colorado, Seneca, Missouri, Junction City.
Wow, Junction City.
Salina.
It's your city, buddy. She's in your city.
Yep. Amy says, "Oh my God, sorry for your loss. Prayers."
Yeah, and honestly, prayers to their families and stuff. But, you know, I just
and one will actually be covering on the show tonight. So
yeah, and this is my buddy Sprout. He's actually hosted this show before one time several months ago.
All right. Yep.
Then we got Dodge City, Kansas,
Wyandotte County,
Crystal Burr.
Yes, and Melissa says, yes, sorry for your loss. Hugs to all. And Carrie, sorry to hear that. Prayers for your family.
Just a weird week, y'all. Just a weird week. Hug your loved ones. Tell them you love them. You never know what could happen.
Definitely.
You never know. Mondi's in the house.
Yeah, we've had some craziness going on here in town, too. I mean,
it's been a wild week, man.
We had a guy over on Iron Avenue, 500 block of East Iron, which is right there between a laundromat and a grocery store, was shot, and he's, my understanding, is still fighting for his life down in Wichita, and they've arrested 2 so far. There was another arrest made, similar charges. Don't know if it's tied in or not. Still waiting to hear on that one or not, but at least they've got arrests made, so that's a good thing.
Christopher Unruh in the house.
Not too far from actually where I live, actually. Far enough, but not too far.
Texas in the truth every day is your last. That is some truth that I'm living lately.
There you go, Amy. Hit that one on the head. Hey, Denise, my buddy Denise and Lawrence. Days along with years are short, definitely. It's my little brother. That's my little brother.
We just gotta get him off those Chiefs, and maybe I can be friends with them.
Yeah.
My dad got COVID. He's doing. Oh, sorry.
Sorry
to hear he's got.
Sorry to hear that, Andrea. Victoria High School is a 16-year-old commits suicide. Another kid accidentally shot in the head by his roommate. Oh my gosh!
Jeez.
Thank you guys for making the flyer for Michael. I hope I'm saying this right. GAWHEGA or GAWHEGA. I'm not sure for which that is.
I'm not sure.
But you're very welcome. And Deborah says, hello, guys. Deborah Vineyard. There goes my phone.
Another case.
Probably. No, just a Google thing. Or no, my mail thing.
We got a large show tonight, y'all.
Yeah.
A lot to cover.
Jerry Jackson.
You'll never get him off the Chiefs. I'll send you a Bears hat. Listen, Terry, the first thing you got to do is just get used to being a loser. Then you'll learn to love the Bears. Just get used to never winning anything, and then you'll be a great Bears fan.
Thank you for the clarification. Carrie says it's GAWHEGA.
GAWHEGA.
Good deal.
Any updates on
Nothing on
Mackenzie?
Mackenzie. We're gonna
Excuse
go
me.
over a flyer again tonight, so I'm waiting on updates for her, but we'll keep covering her. I've been asked to really cover her because they're really trying to find her. I just keep saying same thing about the Chiefs. Great googly moogly.
I hate the Chiefs, but they're good. That's why I
Praying we
hate them.
find my two cousins that are missing. Who are your two cousins?
Yeah, send Ricky
If I haven't
some
already
info.
done them already, I will do them.
But we have a lot of cases to cover, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Some of these hit a little close to home tonight. Um, yeah, so just kind of crazy seeing people's faces on this show. I never thought I would see
Yeah.
on this show, and it's not good. But you're watching the Kansas Missing and Unsolved podcast. We'll be right back after this.
If you or someone you know is a victim of human trafficking, call the National Human Trafficking Hotline at 1-888-373-7888.
Yeah, that for some reason cut short. And we're going to cover the one that's close to. I'm writing something down real fast here.
While he's doing this, if you're watching in the or if you're a musician, and you played a show in Kansas, especially the Wichita area in the last like 10 years, you've met this guy. He's my Facebook. He was my Facebook friend. I've only been in a virtual meeting with him a few times because some people that I recorded shows for interviewed him. But I know he was a really cool guy. Tons of friends. Like Facebook is a wreck right now. Everybody in the Wichita area is very heavy hearts. But Ricky's going to tell us about Kenneth Ballard. And again, it's just very, very weird to see, Kenny Ballinger on my screen at work.
Yeah.
Never thought this would happen. Never thought I'd see somebody I know. But anyway, go ahead, Ricky.
Yeah, around 11:30 last night, Wichita police were dispatched to a fatal accident at the intersection of 47th Street South and South Hydraulic in Wichita. The investigation revealed a black in color SUV was traveling eastbound on 47th Street South. The SUV then turned north onto Hydraulic Avenue and struck a 2006 Harley-Davidson motorcycle that was traveling westbound on 47th Street South. The motorcycle driver was identified as Kenneth M. Ballinger. He was transported to an area hospital where he died from his injuries. The driver of the black SUV fled the scene and was not located. The SUV may have damage to the right front corner. Kenny was a music promoter, as Kenny alluded to, in Wichita. He owned two venues, Barleycorns and the Elbow Room. A GoFundMe page has been set up to help his wife, Daria, and son, Harlan. It's GoFundMe.com/F/help-Daria-and-Harlan-through-loss. Again, it's www.gofundme.com/F/help-Daria-and-Harlan-through-loss. And if anybody has any information regarding Kenneth's death, you can call the Wichita Police Department detectives at 316-268-4407 or see something, say something at 316-519-2282 or Crime Stoppers at 316-267-2111 and see if we can't help out identify who was driving the SUV.
Yeah, and it's just, I'll say this. I understand getting in an accident, and I this is going to be very unpopular. I understand getting in an accident and driving away for a minute. I understand getting scared and driving away from it. But to not go back, like I don't know. It's just I don't know. And you wonder if it's if the driver of the SUV was, intoxicated, being at 11:30 at night.
Yeah.
But it's that's the worst thing, like this guy's loved by everybody in Wichita, and now it's just like this. First of all, he's gone, which is just terrible, and then now there's just like this mystery of like, well, who did it? But I really do think Ricky made this flyer this afternoon. I took a 2-hour nap, woke up to 455 shares. So Kansas is really hurting right now, and Kansas is really sharing Kenny's story right now. And I feel like there is a lot of people in the Wichita area on the look for a black SUV with some damage to the front of it. That's literally what it's going to take. If you know anybody acting suspicious, if you know somebody with a black vehicle that you haven't seen in around that's acting suspicious, this is a very serious deal. This man was very beloved in the city of Wichita. It was not his time. He had he owns 2 venues. And the thing is you're sitting there looking at a man that kept 2 venues alive during COVID. I mean, that's a very hardworking man right there, and for it just to be taken away because somebody wasn't paying attention.
Oh, I just was looking on Kansas Missing for a minute, and in the comments, Tasha Cook says they caught the driver in Derby this evening.
They caught the driver?
Yeah, she said they caught him in Derby this evening.
Thank the Lord. Oh,
confirmed by a close family member.
Well, let's take them down then.
Said somebody posted a deal in Derby, Kansas chatter. There's heavy police presence surrounding a house on Arrowhead near Woodlawn. Avoid the area. Unsure what's going on.
Wow.
And another screenshot. Guy that killed my friend on the motorcycle last night was arrested from a house there.
Wow.
So that's good deal.
I'm glad they caught somebody. Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, Kenny's still gone.
Yeah.
It's like it's still horrible, but at least they think they found the person. That's good. I'm really glad about that.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, keep the Ballinger family in your thoughts and prayers. They're gonna, and when I say his family, I'm not only talking about his wife and his kids. I'm talking about like everybody that played music in Kansas, that played in Wichita over the last 10 years. Really hurting right now because of the loss of Kenny. So yeah, just thoughts and prayers, and we'll keep you posted on the arrest and everything and what's going on. But yeah, thoughts and prayers.
Definitely
Terrible situation. Tell us about YESINIA Gonzalez.
Yeah, that's just one that just came to me today, and she is missing out of Topeka since August 24th. She's 15, 5'3", weighs between 125 and 140. She has dark brown hair and dark brown eyes. It's believed she's still in the Topeka area. If you have any information regarding YESINIA's disappearance or of her whereabouts, please call the Topeka, Kansas Police Department at 785-368-9200 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't help get her located and back to where she needs to be.
Right.
This is, I think, the second flyer I've done for her. The first one didn't have as many photos. I was sent some additional photos today, so
okay.
Hopefully that'll help get her found.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anybody in the Topeka area has seen her.
Yeah, definitely.
Melissa says it won't bring him back, but it'll help the family know he is. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah.
I could go with people not dying anymore. I know.
Yeah.
That would be cool if that could happen.
Oh, wow.
It's been a weird 5 days for sure. Really, really happy to be here. Just knowing how easily it can just quickly go. Let's talk about Zoe Stroud.
Zoe Stroud.
Oh, Zoe Stroud.
Yeah, she's missing from Wichita, Kansas since August 21st of 2021. She's 18 years old, 5'5", 160 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. Yeah, it's believed she may still be in Wichita or she may be traveling to Texas. If you have any information regarding Zoe's disappearance, her whereabouts, please call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-660-9456 or 316-263-6011. Or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't help get her located and back to where she needs to be.
Yeah. Zoe. Yeah, I don't know why I said
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And Debbie is saying, thank you, Ricky, for your help.
Oh, my bad, man.
And yeah, it's been a very weird week. You're very welcome, Debbie. Very welcome.
Yeah. Too many producers.
I'm telling you.
Let's talk about the Wilson siblings.
Okay. Let me locate that one. This is Taiwan, and I'm not sure how to say this. Tajai Wilson. Missing from one. Tajai, I'm not sure. Missing from Wyandotte County, Kansas since June 8th of 2021. Taiwan is 5 years old. He's 3 foot tall, 25 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. Tajai is 3 years old, 2 foot 8, 22 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. It's believed that they're with their non-custodial mom, Janisha Brown, and her boyfriend. Both should be considered armed and dangerous. If you have any information regarding Taiwan and Tajai's disappearance, I pronounce if I'm butchering that name, or you know of their whereabouts, please call the Wyandotte County, Kansas Sheriff's Office at 913-573-2861 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't get them located safe.
Did you say armed and dangerous?
Yeah, the mom and the boyfriend. Yes.
Wow. That's scary.
Yeah. It definitely is scary. And just pray they're okay wherever they are.
That's what Amy's saying. Poor babies up there found safe. Yeah, that's scary.
It is.
About somebody's yielding a gun around and stuff, you know. It's like,
Yeah.
come on. That sounds like a great place for a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. Just some people with a gun on the run.
Yeah.
I mean, just use your head. It seems like.
Yeah.
With all these kiddos.
Yeah. They're cute. They're definitely cute little kiddos. I just hope they're okay.
Yeah. Very cute. It's just, you know, I'm assuming custody issues.
I'm not sure exactly.
You know, one thing I've learned in the last, 4 or 5 years of friends that have gone through divorces, people that I've, met, you don't really want anything to do with family court, any kind of custody battles, anything like that. That just seems like that's the hardest. I mean, for both parents, everybody I know that's in like a custody battle is just that's just terrible.
Yeah.
You got to remember that there's children in the middle of it, and it's hard for two adults that are mad at each other to. That's why I think that it's great. Like you and your ex-wife are such, you guys handle it so professionally. You're just friends.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It would be really unfortunate for your daughters if you guys were ugly about each other to your kids,
Right. All right. And I just was responding to an email.
Arla says, babies.
This is regarding Zoe that we just covered. Apparently, she's commenting on her flyer. I'll have to check it out.
Oh, okay.
So
we go home.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't understand some of today's parents. If you know you're unsafe parent, leave the kiddos alone. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
If you know you can't take, I mean, ask for help at least,
Yeah.
Let's talk about NEVAEH.
All right, NEVAEH LYDAY.
Is it LYDAY?
LYDAY, excuse me. Missing from Wichita, Kansas since August 20th of 2021. She's 14 years old. She is 5'4", 130 pounds, black hair, brown eyes, excuse me. If you have any information regarding NEVAEH's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-660-9452 or 316-263-6011 or KBI 785-296-4017. This is the second flyer I've actually done for NEVAEH. I added the picture on the far left for this one, and I kind of cropped it at the bottom left corner, as you can see, because she was kind of flipping the bird. I didn't think that'd be too cool to have on her flyer, so I tried to crop it out the best I could, but
couldn't
do too much with it without messing up her face. But
Yeah,
I didn't want to do that.
Much
I don't know what filter she's using that's got that blue stuff in it, but
right.
yeah.
I think she's got really cool hair.
Yeah, she does. And she does it different ways, that's for sure.
Yeah. Like every picture's different. And
yeah.
well, I hope she gets somewhere safe. I hope somebody, if anybody sees her, I hope they can contact the numbers that are on the flyer. And by the way, if you're watching today and you want us to go back to a flyer that maybe we've already passed, you can just go straight to the Facebook page, and all these flyers are pulled directly from the Facebook page.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Now, we had a comment earlier about Mackenzie Goodall. Do we have any updates? I just know you were asked to reshare.
No, I know there's a big effort made to try to find her. I don't know the specifics, but I mean, I know she's missing from Wichita since July 30th of this year. She's 13. She's 5'5", 155 to 165, black hair, brown eyes. It's believed that she may still be in the local Wichita area, or she may be in Kansas City. If you have any information regarding Mackenzie's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-660-9456 or 316-263-6011 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't help get Mackenzie located, because I know they're really looking for her.
Right.
I really wanted to bring her home and bring her home safe. So let's see if we can help make that happen.
Yeah, July 30th.
Yeah, almost a full month.
Yeah, so definitely time to track her down, get her where she needs to be.
Yep, definitely. And Mackenzie, if you see this or you're watching or you're told about it and you decide to check it out, give somebody a call, let them know where you are, where they can come get you and get you back where you need to be. There's people worried about you, looking for you, wanting to know you're safe, same goes with all the other ones that we've covered tonight and are going to cover after this. Let somebody know you're okay and safe so they can come and get you back to where you need to be.
Call somebody you trust. If there's an adult, and it's not everybody has an adult they can trust, but if you have an adult you can trust, teacher, somebody you met at church, a friend's parent, an older sibling's friend, anybody that you trust that's an adult, call them and let them know you're safe.
Well, thank you for joining us late, Kelly. There's always the replay when the show's over. You can go back and watch from the beginning on the replay, so you can see what you missed then. But I'm glad you're here now, so hang on. We still got plenty to cover.
Andrea says she's been missing almost a month. It's not good for these kids not to go out there. They need to go home. If their problem is in the house, they need to find somewhere to talk. Running away isn't the best answer. Agree.
Yeah, I agree. And let's see what it is.
Oh, you do it. You're the boss tonight.
Amy says, Mackenzie, I don't know you. Heck, I don't know any of you, but contact someone. Liz, again, if it's me or anyone, just be safe. Yeah, just be safe, please. Oh, man, I tell you.
And then that goes out to all of our missing people tonight. If you're watching this, call somebody, an adult that you trust.
Yeah, definitely.
Say you're okay. If you're not okay, definitely call an adult you can trust, or definitely call 911 and go home. Or go somewhere safe. If home's not safe, let the police know. But what you're doing right now is not a great plan. Not a great plan. Now, this is going to be Michael John. Did she say GAWHEGA?
Yeah, GAWHEGA.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to find him. There you are. He's missing from here in Salina since December 4th of last year. He was 37 when he went missing. He's now 38. He is 5'10" to 5'11". He is 245 to 250 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. He went to LA, California back in December, and he has not been seen or heard from since that time. And he is disabled, but not to the point that he's under care, but he cannot take care of himself like he should. Again, he was 37 when he went missing. He's now 38, and he's 5'10" to 5'11", weighs between 245 and 250, has black hair and brown eyes. And if you have any information regarding his disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, contact the Saline County, Kansas Sheriff's Office at 785-826-6500 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't get him found and make sure he's safe and okay.
Do we know the story of what he was going to LA for?
I do not know. That was not given to me, but I can tell you the most recent picture on the flyer is the center one.
Okay.
And I don't know how he got to LA, whether he drove, whether he was driven, whether he took a bus. I don't know.
I'm just curious. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm wondering if there was a, if I mean, do they? I don't know. There's a lot of questions. And obviously, if you're watching now, we don't get a ton of information on these cases. They give us the basic stuff. Usually, we print what's in the media, or just from family and friends. But yeah, so if anybody knows anything about this, contact the Salina Police Department, contact the KBI.
Yeah,
people are really worried. That's a very situation to take off to California and not be heard from, and creeping on a year. So very concerning.
Yeah, if you recall, we had I've talked about it in the past. We had a young man that was missing from Pittsburgh, Kansas, that was found sleeping on church steps in LA. And
yeah,
let's hope for the same thing here, that they can find him in LA. He may be living homeless. He may not. I mean, we don't know. That's what we need to find out.
Yeah, she says he's one of my closest friends. I grew up with him. He has diabetes. Wow.
Oh, wow.
He was going there to get away. Did he say get away forever? Like maybe nobody ever talked to him again? Yeah, that's very good questions.
Hey, it is a good question.
He took a bus. She says he took a bus. Okay, I was thinking maybe a bus.
Okay, that's good to know.
But yeah, I mean, unless he had like a doctor or some kind of medical provider, if you have diabetes, you have to take medication.
Oh yeah. I'm very familiar with that. My dad was a diabetic, and he did insulin shots, I believe, 3 times a day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So him being
his was pretty severe. His was pretty severe though. His was to the point where his pancreas was non-functioning.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, and they monitor me for it very, very closely. And I just found out that my sister, mine and my brother's sister, that she may be borderline at this point.
Wow. So you got to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, I'm opposite of diabetic right now. I'm hypoglycemic, which is opposite. And they told me it can revert at any time. So, got to watch myself.
That isn't possible. He has 2 children who would never just up and leave and no contact his sister.
His mother.
I tend to think that something's up. I understand going to California for a week or something, but to not be heard from again, that's very scary.
Yeah. And Carrie, thank you for all the input on that. It's nice to know these little things that about him.
Oh my gosh, I don't know I didn't know this, but me and Amy here are kindred spirits. She says, I took a Greyhound once from Topeka to North Carolina. Whole experience was scary, pervert, drug dealer, scary time. I took a Greyhound from Lawrence, Kansas when I was 18 years old. I took a Greyhound from Lawrence, Kansas to Raleigh, North Carolina because I met a girl on the internet, Ricky.
Oh my goodness.
I married her, though.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. At least it had a happy ending.
Yeah, but I probably shouldn't have went out there.
I tell you what, I took a Greyhound from here in Salina to Kansas City when I was 19 because I was thinking of going into the military at the time. And I kid you not, I barely get to the top of the stairs of this bus, and I get the guy on the left side ask me if I want to buy a gun. I get the guy on the right side of the aisle ask me if I want to buy a knife. I'm like, do I really want to go on this bus?
You might need one. No, honestly though, right? If you want to learn about yourself, learn something about yourself, get to know you.
Yeah.
Take a Greyhound like across the country, and you are going to be a different person when you get off that bus. I mean, it is a horrible situation. And nothing against Greyhound. There's nothing against traveling. It's just, you're taking a bus. Well, you got to stop every 5 minutes. It's just, I don't know. But that's
it was crazy. I mean, I was like,
Kansas to North Carolina that's a heck of a trip for sure.
I can imagine. Man, I've never been on a bus since then. I was like,
No, it's I'm telling you, it really takes a lot out of you. So now we have some siblings again. Let's talk about ADIANA first.
Alrighty, I just did hers last night. She's missing from here in Salina since August 24th of 2021, so for a couple of days now. She's 17. She's 5'5", weighs 140, brown hair, green eyes. It's believed that she may be in Wichita or she might still be here in town. If you have any information regarding Adiana's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Salina, Kansas Police Department at 785-826-7210 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't help get her located and back home safely, hopefully. And Adiana, if you see this, let somebody know where you're at and that you're okay, so where they can come get you at.
And then do you want to show her brother right now and just go ahead and cover both?
Yeah.
Is it believed they're together?
No, he's been missing a whole lot longer. He's been missing since April 29th. So, yeah. Let me find him real fast here. Armando. Yes, Armando Jimenez. Been missing since April 29th of 2021. He's 14. He's 5'4", 120 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. Unfortunately, I don't have any information as far as where. I'm assuming he's still here in Salina somewhere, I hope. If you have any information regarding Armando's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Salina, Kansas Police Department at 785-826-7210 or the KBI at 785-296-4017. And Armando, same for you, man. Let somebody know where you're at so they can come and get you so they know you're all right. I mean, it's been, almost 4 months, man. It's time to let somebody know where you're at so they can come and get you.
Yeah. A lot of Salina cases tonight.
The only thing I do know about Armando is they think he may be hiding out with friends somewhere. And if that's the case and those friends get caught hiding him, they will be held accountable for harboring a runaway. So
yeah,
I thought I would put that out there just to let you know. And that goes for any of these teens that are out there. If somebody's hiding them or helping them hide or something like that and they get caught, they're going to get charged with harboring a runaway. So,
and if your house isn't safe and that's why you don't want to go back, tell the police.
Right.
Do something, but don't hide. And we talked about this all the time. If there's any adults harboring you, just like Ricky just said, they're actively breaking the law. They obviously don't have your best interests at heart. So just be safe.
That I do not know if it was pre-planned or not, since it was 4 months apart. I don't know. Not to say that it may not have been. I mean, he could have contacted Adiana and said, "Hey, here's where I'm at. If you want to come join me or whatever." I don't know. I mean, just a hypothetical there. But I don't know. A fair amount of Salina cases. Yep, there are. And maybe his sister went with him and home life. Well, like I said, there was 4 months in between, so it's hard to say. I mean, it's not impossible, but hard to say.
Yeah, but you really think that unless something really dreadful happened, like to Armando, like if he really is just okay and staying at some friend's house, you really think he's not contacting his sister, or you think she's probably known where he is and probably talked to him?
I don't know. I think there might be a possibility they may be in communication. I don't know.
And then if you go really dark with it, there's always the possibility that maybe his sister left because she was told that, hey, this is where I am coming. What if she's being lured? I mean, it's just...
Yeah, that's true.
You have 2 missing children from the same family.
I agree with this. Amy is saying make the harboring charge bigger. People will think twice. Yeah, I agree with that.
I think I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure you get in pretty decent trouble if you're harboring a minor. But yeah, make it like put it on like in the paper, like this person was letting a minor live in their house. Right. I don't know. You're right. We gotta
definitely.
Mondi says she rode Greyhound. They picked up inmates. Definitely experience she won't forget.
Oh my gosh.
Amy says she won't travel. No, you're yeah.
Definitely not.
Greyhound again. Well, nothing against Greyhound, but I have a car. I have a vehicle now. I have a car. I'll just drive my car.
And I do like their program where they're offering runaways free rides home. I do like that idea.
Greyhounds, if you need to get across the country, it's not a bad deal. It's just expect to learn a lot about yourself. And it's nothing as with the bus. You sit in any car for 49 hours straight. Your brain does a lot of thinking.
Yeah.
You start doing some, thinking and stuff. So
yeah.
But yeah, not for me anymore. But I'm also 38 and extremely old. Let's talk about, we got some new pictures, folks. We've been talking about Alexander Perez since December. We got some new pictures here. we're working on some art stuff for the show to make it cleaner. I just wanted to make sure I could get these 2 pictures on this flyer, but Ricky's going to go ahead and tell you everything about Alexander again.
Yeah, he's been missing from Ulysses, Kansas since December 1st of 2020. He's 35. He's 5'11", 235 pounds, black hair that he shaves bald, and brown eyes. He had contacted a family member via phone on December 1st and said he'd be coming to their house to do some laundry. He never arrived at the family member's home in Ulysses, and he's not been heard from or seen by that family or friends since then. He had been staying with family and friends prior to his disappearance. Initially, it was believed that Alexander may still be in the local Ulysses area, or he may be in Garden City or surrounding areas. Since then, we've heard some disturbing information from his mother on one of our past shows, hoping it's not true. But again, he's 35 years old. He's 5'11", weighs 235, has black hair that he shaves off and brown eyes. He has a tattoo of a bumblebee on his face underneath his left eye, which you can see in some of the pictures there. He has Perez tattooed on one of his arms and a tattoo of a cross and chain across his chest, which is the 2 new pictures I had just added, because before you could just see part of the chain and the very top part of the cross. So I thank the person that sent me this photo. She ran across it in another missing persons group and sent it to me. So I'm grateful for that. Yeah.
You know, Alexander's case is really big.
Yeah.
A lot of people talking about, and I'm from Elkhart. A lot of people in Elkhart are talking about it. You know, that's not too far from Ulysses. Garden City's talking about Alexander Perez.
Yeah.
This is quickly turning into like sort of I don't know, like dare I say a Michael Golub situation. Like a lot of people talking about Alexander Perez right now.
Almost sounds like Alex's case is on the verge of maybe breaking national, coverage here pretty soon.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the same thing with Michael Golub, just over there. And that's 2 people who have never been seen again. Yeah. And there's just there's just like people that reek of suspicion. Yeah. But both cases lack a thing called evidence. Very I don't know. And what's crazy is it's just crazy. I really feel like these 2 cases. Can we go ahead and cover Michael Golub's case just since we're talking about like?
Yeah, we can do that. But let me real quick here. If you have any information regarding Alexander's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, you can call the Grant County, Kansas Sheriff's Office at 620-356-3500, or the Ulysses, Kansas Police Department at 620-356-4600, or the KBI at 785-296-4017. And see if we can give his family and his friends some closure on what happened to him or where he's at, or something.
Yeah, that's terrible.
I believe he might have been. Was he related to the Perez family in Great Bend and Larned? I'm not sure. Yeah,
I've talked to a lot of Alexander's friends and family.
It's sad to know someone knows they need to come out and say something. It's been way too long. I agree. Yeah, we can cover Michael Golub's. Let me dig up here, get his flyer out of my file here. Let me go over here and do this and get up there faster.
Let me go through some of the comments we have. Let me see.
Yeah, go ahead.
This guy looks so familiar. I just have no idea where I should have seen him. I want to say Texas. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'll say this about Alexander. He, nobody's saying he didn't have a social life. Alexander was out, living his life. But, to not be seen, and just the amount of things that we've heard from his family about some of the rumor mill and stuff that we're not going to repeat on the air. But I can see why Ricky's saying this could definitely have some national attention soon, because it's really fishy, and nobody's gonna shut up about it until it's solved. So I think it's his period. So many kids get unheard. Their voice doesn't matter to some. Their own justice system. Unfortunately, sorry, the Holy Spirit got me.
Nothing wrong with having the Holy Spirit getting you, man. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Nothing wrong at all. Let me see. Do we have David Davidson?
I have a David Davis. I have a David Davis.
Okay. And then Teddy Kleiner.
Kleiner, I'll have to look. I'm not sure on that one.
Dennis says he's going to start working on the Alexander case. Awesome.
He has a search and recovery operation that he does. Yeah.
You know what, Dennis? Welcome to the party, man. It's a lot of people here. A lot of people are really upset about this one. So yeah, I agree. I think this is
Teddy Kleiner. I'm writing down these names so I can dig into them. Terry Tignor.
I hope it doesn't turn into another Megan Fogle, since me either.
And I do want to ask Amy, are you talking about David Davis or David Davidson?
Right.
Because we are going to cover David Davis.
You know, we could do you know, if you guys have suggestions about what we should do for this show, if you guys want to have nights where we just cover one town and just talk about like the unsolved cases of like Topeka or any town, you know, just talk about unsolved cases, we could always, you know, do stuff like that. We're open to suggestions, but yeah, we kind of love to talk about, you know, if Ricky's got a flyer, we'll talk about it, you know. And if you don't have a flyer, he'll make one usually.
Yeah. Oh, she said David.
Perez, oh, go ahead.
Amy said David Davis. Her phone was being stupid. But yes, we are going to cover David Davis. I did a flyer for him a few days ago, actually.
It's almost been a year. None of us will give up. No, that's the thing. I hope if somebody did something to Alexander Perez, if you're out there and you hear this, you just picked the wrong person. Like, this guy's family's not going to stop until the police have an answer. And so it's like they're going to keep talking about it. They're going to go public. Yeah, it's just not going to go away. So it's not just us keeping this case alive. Every time I talk to somebody from Western Kansas, they say, what's going on in the Alexander Perez case? Everybody's talking about it. Clean up Topeka.
Yeah. Yeah, she says, I know you did. Thank you for doing it. Thank you. You're welcome. Definitely.
Right. Well, let's go ahead and talk about Michael Golub, which is crazy. Without saying too much, a lot of let's just say this: Johnson, Kansas, and Ulysses are not that far apart, and we have two missing people that have not. We have no evidence and no, you know, body. We have no evidence of where, you know, anything like that. But lots of reasons to believe foul play.
Right. Okay, Michael Eugene Golub is missing from Stanton County, Kansas since May 20th of 2005. And he was 27 when he went missing. He would now be 43. He was 6'2", weighs between 165 and 180, brown hair, blue eyes. Michael was last seen in Stanton County, Kansas at 6 p.m. on May 20th of 2005. He had just finished work at his job at Kramer Harvesting and was supposed to pick up his 5-year-old son at his ex-girlfriend's home, but never arrived there. He's never been heard from again. He left behind a fiancée with whom he had an infant child. It's uncharacteristic of him to leave without warning. Sorry about that. Golub's gold and brown Chevy S10 was with toolboxes and Trego County, Kansas license plate was found abandoned on a county road in northwest Grant County, Kansas, 2 days after his disappearance. Following the truck's location, authorities began investigating Golub's disappearance as a potential homicide. Shannon Floyd, Golub's ex-girlfriend, and her husband Chad Floyd were arrested and charged with first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder in Michael's case in June of 2006. Authorities believe he went to their home and was shot to death on the night of his disappearance. There was a great deal of animosity between Shannon and Michael, and they frequently disagreed over child support and visitation issues relating to their son. Michael's blood was found on the Floyd's front porch. The Floyd's defense attorney said there was insufficient proof Golub was dead and suggested he had committed suicide or left of his own accord. At the couple's July 2007 trial, the jury was unable to reach a unanimous verdict and a mistrial was declared. A second trial also ended with the jury unable to reach a verdict. Michael's body has never been found. The foul play is suspected in his case due to the circumstances involved. If you have any information regarding Michael's disappearance, you know his whereabouts, you can call the KBI at 785-296-4017 or 1-800 excuse me 572 I'm trying to get the number off my phone here, 7463.
Okay.
Which is the 1-800 chaos crime.
And we'll reshare Michael's flyer on the page too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so 16 years, I believe, is what we're looking at since this happened. And it's just really, it reeks, man. It reeks. They found his blood on the ex-wife's ex-girlfriend's porch. You're right, Mondi. You were right.
Amen to that.
I mean, it's like AJ and Michael are so similar. It's like cases wherever it just reeks of foul play. Family members are right, or family members are saying like, "Oh, they're no longer living." That's not me saying this. Family members are telling me,
Yeah.
I don't think my loved one's living anymore. That there's foul play, but there's no evidence, and that's where we need you. We need the public. Like when it comes to AJ, Alexander Perez. When it comes to Michael Golub, like. We need evidence. And when I say we, I mean the police, like not me personally, but like the police need evidence. And honestly, when it comes to Michael Golub, his trial was tried twice, like Ricky had talked about, and it's been dismissed without prejudice, which means that his family cannot try Shannon and Chad again unless they have like substantial evidence. So basically what the court were saying is like a body. Basically, unless they find a body, they cannot take because what they have like 2 hung juries. And it's kind of Chad's family is a very wealthy family in the neighborhood. Michael was an outsider. He moved to that town later on in his life. They called him California Mike. I don't know why in the lore and why in the heck they had that trial in Johnson twice. It's a tiny little town. Chad's family pretty much owns a lot of businesses in that town. To me, it just reeks. The whole thing reeks of like, again, I don't think that I believe in our judicial system, but I also believe in the shortcomings of people that are either fearful of something or maybe I don't know. I just know that the 2 times, even the second time, the jury came back after an hour and a judge got mad at him. He said, "No, you're not going to tell me you're not going to do it. Go back in there and do it." And they came back later. They could not get a unanimous decision. So it's a very frustrating situation for the family. But basically,
Did you freeze up, Derek? He froze up. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened. Huh. Well, we must be having some kind of a technical difficulty here. Let me see if I can raise him on Facebook. Huh. Well, in the meantime, see if I can. We'll go ahead and switch over and do David Davis here real quick. And hopefully he can rejoin us. I don't know what happened. There we go. David Davis, November 18th, 2017, Topeka, Kansas. David Davis was found around 11 p.m. Saturday, November 18th, 2017, in the 1100 block of Northwest Jackson Street in Topeka, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He was rushed to a local hospital where he was later pronounced dead. The county coroner's office has determined that David's death was indeed a homicide. If anybody has any information regarding David's death, please call Crime Stoppers at 785-234-0007 or call the Topeka, Kansas Police Department at 785-368-9551 and see if we can help get some information generated and help find who shot him, hopefully. And I'm hoping Derek will be back. I don't know what happened. So, asking him where he went. So we'll see what happens here. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about Dontavion Wade. Oh, he's coming back.
My kid unplugged my computer.
Oh, your kid unplugged your computer. Well, I just got done covering David Davis.
Okay.
So I was moving forward. I didn't know when you were coming back. So, and I'm getting ready
to wait till it all turn back on.
Dontavion Wade here. He's missing from Topeka, Kansas since August 18th of 2021. He's 17 years old. He's 5'10" to 6'1". He weighs between 150 and 160. He has brown hair, brown eyes. It's believed he may still be in Topeka or he may be in the Lawrence area. If you have any information regarding Dontavion's disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, please call Topeka, Kansas Police Department at 785-368-9200 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't help get him found back to where he needs to be. And Dontavion, if you see this or are told about it or you watch this, you know, give somebody a call, let them know where you are so they can get you back to where you need to be. Definitely. Everybody's asking, Derek, are you missing? And my brother's like, can I hear Derek all of a sudden?
No, that was my kid. My kid, like, so my kid basically essentially unplugged my 6-way because he was trying to unplug my wife's charger.
Oh man,
it was an accident, but he's grounded for a year. So
yeah, it happens.
Well, it's just it's fine. I was telling my wife, I was like, poor Ricky's by himself out, but you did great, man. Say that.
I did. I tried.
You could do this by yourself, man. If you ever want to, you can now fire me. You're 100% efficient. If you want to fire me now,
I would rather have a co-host with me to kind of help me out a little bit there. I was a little nervous there.
Yeah, that's
and it looks like we've only got about 4 more to go yet. So
yeah, let's go ahead and cover. What is it? Eugene Riggs has got what we got next, right?
Yeah, I did David Davis, and we just did Dontavion Wade.
Okay, so Eugene now?
Yep, we can do Eugene. That's cool with me. Let's see. He's missing from Kansas City, Missouri since August 16, 2021. He's 17 years old. He's 6 foot to 6'2". He weighs between 150 and 160. He has brown hair and brown eyes. It is believed he may still be in Kansas City. It's also believed he may be with a juvenile female that is also missing, endangered. He's 17 years old. He is 6 foot to 6'2", weighs between 150 and 160, has brown hair and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Eugene's disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, you can call the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department's Missing Persons Unit at 816-234-5136 or 816-234-5111, or the Missouri State Highway Patrol Missing Persons Unit at 573-526-6178. And they also have a toll-free number, 866-362-6422. So, see if we can help get Eugene located and back to where he needs to be.
Right.
And Dennis is saying they've been working on Eugene's case. So that's good. Good deal. Hopefully you guys can find him safe and sound.
Yeah.
And I was hoping I could find out some information on the juvenile female that he is with and get a flyer made for her, because I haven't been able to find out anything on her just yet. So hopefully so.
Oh, I have Mackenzie Goodall on here twice, don't I?
Maybe that's where I was messing up. I don't know. Because I still we got to cover Candace REECE and Allison Marla and DANAISHA Smith.
Let's start with DANAISHA.
Okay. And I got to find her flyer. There it is. She's missing from Newton, Kansas since August 12th of 2021. She's 17 years old. She's 5'4", 170, dark brown hair, brown eyes. It's believed she may possibly be in Olathe, Kansas, over by Kansas City. Again, she's 17. She's 5'4", weighs 170. She has dark brown hair and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding DANAISHA's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Newton, Kansas Police Department at 316-283-4190 or the KBI at 785-296-4017. And DANAISHA, if you're watching this or you hear about it, let somebody know where you're at and where they can come pick you up at and get you back to where you need to be. Let them know you're safe and you're ready to come back.
Did you pin this Roxanne Fisher comment?
No, I haven't done that yet. If you're caught harboring a runaway, it's a felony, a fine, jail time, no matter the age of the person hiding him. Well, good. Needs to be.
Kelly, it's hard not to feel. She says, why are most of these cases tonight I feel aren't going to be a good result? Because I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, it's like this week, nothing would surprise me.
Yeah, I know.
Nothing would surprise me this week. Like, it's just a horrible week. Like, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just, like, there's no shortage of bad news.
Yeah. We can't give up hope. No, we cannot give up hope. Definitely not. It's the one thing that keeps us going.
Let's talk about Allison Marler.
Okay. This is the second flare I've done for her, and as you can see, she's did a drastic change to her hair color. She's missing from Wichita since August 17, 2021. She's 16. She is 5'3", 140 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes. Her nose is pierced. You can see she's dyed her hair blonde recently. If you have any information regarding Allison's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-660-9456 or 316-263-6011 or KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can help get her back to where she needs to be. And Allison, again, if you're watching, if you hear about it, call somebody, let them know where you're at and you're ready to go back to where you need to be. Because running sure ain't the answer. 16. Yeah, but I agree with that one. It's all bad news, but hope it improves. Me too. Me too. Me too.
No.
And we have one more. Candace Reese. Do you have hers?
I sure do.
Yep, that's her. She's our frequent flyer here. She's been missing since August 23rd, 2021. She's 16, missing from Topeka, Kansas. She's 5'2", 180 pounds, brown hair that's dyed red or auburn, and green eyes. Her mom's just really, not doing real well through all this. I can tell you that. I've talked to her extensively throughout the, I was telling Derek before the show that I have not been able to update her flyer to locate safe because as soon as they find her or she returns, she's off and running again. So, can't even nail her down long enough to make a located safe. But if anybody has any information regarding Candace's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Topeka, Kansas Police Department at 785-368-9200 or the KBI at 785-296-4017. And see if we can't get her found and back home, and hopefully she will stay and not run again.
Candace, there's a lot of people out there that'll say whatever they feel like that you want to hear. There's a lot of really bad people out there. Yeah. I don't know what's going on in your home life. Apparently, you don't. I don't. Go ahead. Candace is a heartbreaking case. You can feel the heartache. Go ahead.
I would say I don't know what's going on in her home life either exactly that makes her want to. Her mom did allude to the fact that she lost a close friend recently and she wasn't dealing with that well. But aside from that, I really don't know much else. So I don't know. I just hope she will, go back home and work to get the help that she needs to get through the issues that she's dealing with, because continuing to run from them is not going to help you get through them. It's only going to postpone that. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
Danielle and her sister. Danielle, what's the sister's name? Sorry about that.
Another case. Oh, wow. Heartbreaking week. Okay. Tabitha. I don't know if I've seen her here before. Welcome to the show, Tabitha. Welcome to the show. I'm going to go ahead and let everybody know to go ahead and tell us exactly. Carrie says, Candace, as you see this, I want you to know whatever you're going through, there are people who love you. Find an adult that you trust and let them know if you're in danger. Go home to your mom. Or go to the police. Whatever you got to do, be safe. Be safe. I don't know. I'm telling you, there's a lot of just really bad people out there. A lot of them seem like really nice people, but there's a lot of really just terrible people out there. And usually the ones that are real terrible seem really cool for a while. You're young, be careful. You're going it alone. Be careful. That's all I'm gonna say. If you see this, I think you should go home. But your life. But be careful. There's a lot of bad people out there. Were you still planning on covering Alonzo Brooks this week? What was that? Did we not do that one?
Oh, yeah, we need to cover him. I just gotta locate his. I was working on a new flyer for him, and I couldn't find his old one.
You'll have to send it to me if it's not on.
Yeah.
Well, while we're working on that, I'm gonna go ahead and play the located safe.
Okay.
Yeah, the world is great. Yeah, this place is terrifying. I'm not even like joking. This world is terrifying. Just bad people all over the place. This is our favorite part of the show. This is our located safe week edition 72. 72 weeks of locating people safe. We'll be right back after this.
Well, always good to see those located safe. Okay, I could not find his flyer right away, so I'm trying to get that new one made. I just had so much on my plate recently, I haven't been able to get it done, but I can cover his case real quick. He disappeared on April 3rd, 2004. He traveled with 3 friends, including Justin Sprague, to a party in, I'm not sure how to say this, Lacine, approximately 50 miles south of Gardner. While at a party, racial slurs were allegedly uttered toward Brooks, possibly igniting tension between Brooks and the other individuals. As the party continued, Brooks' friends left at a party at Lacine at different times, accidentally leaving Brooks behind to a perceived misunderstanding on how he would be getting a ride home to Gardner. The next day, Brooks did not return to Gardner and was deemed to be missing. Following the night of the party, the Brooks family traveled to Lacine to search for Alonzo and contact the local authorities. Eventually, Lynn County Police Department turned the case over to the KBI after failing to locate Alonzo. Both the KBI and FBI were unsuccessful in locating Alonzo. On May 1st, 2004, the Brooks family was allowed to search the property for their son. On the first day of the search effort, Alonzo's body was found on the banks of Middle Creek, adjacent to the house where he was last seen a month earlier. Post-mortem exam indicated that he did not have any broken bones, any signs of blunt force trauma or injury, nor any biological signs of drowning in his lungs. Consequently, the pathologist could not determine a cause of death. Numerous theories have been conjured up as to how Brooks died. Witnesses recalled flirtation between Brooks and a white woman later on at the party, prompting theories of a hate crime motive. On June 11, 2020, FBI reopened Alonzo's case and issued a $100,000 reward for information related to Alonzo's death. His body was exhumed in July of 2020 and transported to Dover Air Force Base for an autopsy and further investigation by the Armed Forces medical examiner. The examiner concluded in the report that Brooks' death was due to homicide. Acting U.S. Attorney Dustin Slinkard stated that while the FBI knew that Brooks died under very suspicious circumstances, the autopsy ultimately proved that his death was not an accident. Additionally, Slinkard stated that the FBI is doing everything they can and that they will spare no resources in order to bring justice to those who were responsible for Alonzo's death. In the autopsy, examiner stated there were injuries that would not be consistent with decomposition. On July 1st of 2020, Alonzo's death was featured on the 4th episode of No Ride Home of the 15th season of Unsolved Mysteries TV series. On November 16th, Unsolved Mystery stated the FBI learned of a second party in Lacine the night Alonzo disappeared. Attendees left the party after a fight broke out, then headed to the farmhouse where Alonzo was last seen. And let me see if I can get some law enforcement contact information real quick.
And we'll recover this next week when we have the flyer, but we're just,
Yeah, there's just so much information.
Your brother's saying it's pronounced Lacine.
So Lacine? Oh, I'm sorry. And if you have any information regarding Alonzo's case, you're asked to call the FBI at 816-512-8200, or you can call the TIPS hotline, which is 474-5477, or you can submit tips online at tips.fbi.gov. So, we have, flyer. I will get one finished. I've been trying to.
Deborah Vineyard.
It's been a very, very busy time.
Daniela Herrera.
Oh, Daniela.
Nalia.
Yeah, we've covered them before. We definitely have.
Still missing, huh? Well,
and you believe have their flyers.
From the moment I saw this on Unsolved Mysteries, I immediately felt like it reeked foul. Yeah.
Yeah. Man. Definitely. Do you still have the Herrera sisters flyers?
Yeah, probably. How long ago do we do it?
It's been a little while. Not long. Okay. I'm trying to locate their flyers on my end. Let's see.
My flyers are all a little messed up right now. Herrera?
Daniela's been missing since August 12th. And Nalia has been missing since August 12th as well.
I have Nalia. And what's the other girl's name?
Daniela.
I don't think I have Daniela. Yeah, Robert Stone is the scariest voice of all time.
I loved his voice.
Last week was the shit. Last week. Okay, well, when I got this one right here, I got Nalia.
Nalia? Okay, we'll do her first then.
Yeah, it was last week, I think.
She's been missing from Atchison, Kansas since August 12th of 2021. She's 17. She's 5'4" to 5'7", weighs between 135 and 142, brown hair, brown eyes. It's believed she's with her sister Daniela, who's also missing and endangered. I've also been told that they tend to either be together or they gravitate to their own crowd. And it's believed they may be in Hiawatha, Kansas. If you have information regarding Nelia's disappearance, or if you know of her and Daniela's whereabouts, please call the Atchison, Kansas Sheriff's Office at 913-367-4323 or KBI at 785-296-4017. And we're able to find Daniela's because I can send it to you if you need it.
I got it.
Oh, do you?
Uploading. I got the video that I made that last week.
Oh, gotcha.
I gotta make sure it doesn't mute us, but
yeah. And then Daniela, she's been missing since August 12th of 2021. She's 16, 5'5", 130, brown hair, brown eyes. It's believed she's either with Nalia or with her own crowd. They tend to do both, and it's believed that they're in the Hiawatha, Kansas area. Again, she's 16, 5'5", 130, brown hair, brown eyes. And if you have any information regarding Daniela's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Atchison, Kansas Sheriff's Office, 913-367-4323, or the KBI at 785-296-4017. And Denise says Daniela goes by Bella. Okay. That's good to know. Thank you, Denise. Any information on the gal from Alden, Kansas? Would that be Megan Fogelsong? I believe. Haven't heard anything new on Megan, no. And please call someone, tell us where you're at, and get help. Somewhere safe. Streets are not safe, baby girls. Must be referring to Daniela and Nelia.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to find all these people.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to this comment. Robert Stack was the man. He was the perfect host. Yeah, he was. I liked him. I did an awesome job.
I'll be honest. This is how I know he did a good job because I was, you know, I'm a little. Ricky's a little longer in the tooth than I am. Not too much, but I was pretty young when Unsolved Mysteries came out, and I wouldn't. I'll say this: I still to this day won't watch Unsolved Mysteries if it's dark outside, if it's a Robert Stack episode, because his voice creeps me out. Like I'm just like he's like okay, and he starts talking. It's just so scary. Like honestly, like I think it was like a year ago when they released like all the old episodes on like I think it was Netflix. I think. Like
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna watch one. It was like 10 o'clock at night, and everybody else was sleeping, and I had to turn it, man. I was like, this is so creepy. Robert Stack's voice is so scary.
Yeah. I actually have an autographed picture of him.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I wrote him a letter a long time ago, and he actually answered it and sent me a signed picture. It was an older photo of him as Elliot Ness from the Untouchable days when he did the Untouchables.
Join me. I can. You know what? You know what?
There you go, Chris. I like that.
I can show you how much of a fan I am. You want to know how much of a fan I am? 1-800-876-5353.
There you go. That's the number.
I used to call it every once in a while and thank them when I was a kid.
Oh my! They covered some good stuff on there. I'm gonna severely date myself here, but not too many people probably remember this show. The Leonard Nimoy that played Spock on Star Trek that he hosted. It was called In Search Of. Remember that show?
Which one? Sorry, I was looking at this comment.
It was called In Search Of. It was hosted by Leonard Nimoy that played Spock on Star Trek. It was I think a late 70s, early 80s type of thing, and it was like they would do like In Search of UFOs or In Search of Atlantis or stuff like that. It was a cool show.
Yeah, what is everybody watching, by the way? Because this is a good topic.
Funny thing about what you said, Derek, is I just told my fiance the same thing, not watching it when it's dark.
Exactly. It is freaky. All of the Robert Stack episodes available on YouTube as well as plus Pluto TV. Pluto has a channel devoted to his episodes that run 20. Wow.
Oh, sweet. My brother told me about that. He's got Pluto. I can't believe they
65353.
I cannot believe they named a TV channel after Mickey Mouse's dog. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was triggered by Unsolved Mysteries, especially the supernatural stuff that they would cover.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, man, YouTube's a gold mine. There's a YouTube channel I watch, and I think it's called. I'll have to think of it. I'll tell you all next week. But it's basically a crime TV show. The host, it's basically Unsolved Mysteries. No, it's more. Yeah, it's kind of like Unsolved Mysteries, but it's they tell the story of how things are solved, and it's hosted by. I'm gonna get Pluto if it's free. But it's hosted by like the former like head of the FBI. He hosts it, and it's from like gotta be from like 1981. Like it's old. We're not maybe not 81, but older. But I'll send you a link, Ricky, and I'll tell everybody next week. But it's just like 100 episodes of this old crime show, and it's just incredible, man. Like I like true crime. I think most people do. It's just very interesting to see how police do their job.
Yeah. I watch a lot of different things on YouTube. There's channels I watch that deal with magnet fishing and scuba diving, and I watch stuff on restoration and watching people restore things and true crime stuff and pro wrestling stuff and just all kinds. I love YouTube. I don't like all the ads that are going ad crazy here lately. I know there's a ad-free version that you can buy, but
it's crazy. I have a YouTube channel that I don't really make public, but I have a YouTube channel and I put my videos on there, and it's not monetized. It's just for free. Anybody can look at my video. Well, anybody that has can find my channel can watch my videos for free. But they still put commercials on them. I'm not getting any money. I put on there that, you know, this is a free video, no ads. And then when people like say, I went to watch your video and I had to watch 2 ads. I'm like, it's not me. Like YouTube's just putting ads on there so they can make money on my video.
Oh, I know. There's been times I've watched like a 10 or 12 minute video and there's like 3 ads within this 10 to 12 minute video. I'm like, seriously, YouTube? 3 ads in the 10 to 12 minute video?
You gotta wonder if the YouTube premium's worth it at the end of the day.
It's like nuts.
Do you think I mean, now that I mention it, the thought of YouTube without commercials sounds about worth $30 a month. What do they charge YouTube? Because I think Netflix is like $12 or $13. It can't be that much more.
I agree with Tabitha on this one. She said that she watches so many things on YouTube. The ads are crazy and out of control. I completely agree, Tabitha.
Way too many ads.
I mean, like I was saying, you know, watch a 10 to 12 minute video and they pop up 3 ads within that 10 to 12 minutes. I'm like, seriously? I'm wondering if they don't do that to try to push you into doing the premium is what I'm wondering.
I mean, it's starting to really sound appetizing not having to watch ads on YouTube.
But that's what I'm seriously wondering. Are they pushing so many ads? So, hey, we'll just make them go to premium by driving them so crazy with ads.
Yeah, and the thing is like I posted, you know, videos that are just things that only people that I know, a handful of people would appreciate. And they're putting ads on it. Like my buddies from high school are having to watch like some Hulu ad just to see YouTube. See, I might do it, Ricky. I might gift you that next year.
I don't know. I don't know. It might be worth it. I don't know.
Just think about it, man. You can just sit back 24 hours a day magnet fishing, no ads.
I like watching this one guy. I can't think of his name, but his YouTube channel is The Fisher, and that's all he does is magnet fish, and he gets so wound up and excited by the stuff that he finds.
Okay, I'm going to be honest about magnet fishing. I have rarely seen them pull anything up that I would be excited about now owning. It's like, oh, I found an old bike. It's like, the thing has to suck. Like, it's been sitting in a lake for like 7 years. Probably not a good bike. Like, I mean, when they find guns, it's cool, but then most of those guns probably go to an evidence locker. Like, you know, like safes probably go to evidence lockers.
The guns do when they pull guns out, yeah. They're, I mean, there was one video of the fishers I was watching. He pulled out like 5 or 6 bikes out of one spot that he was at. Just kept pulling one right after the other, and it was just like, holy crap.
But I mean, do you think somebody threw away 5 working good bikes?
They look like they were at one time. I mean, one of them still had the bike lock attached to it.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'm just wondering what damage is done to things that have been sitting at the bottom of a body of water.
Yeah.
My kids watch videos with some ads 42 minutes long. I can't figure out. Oh, wow. That's a commitment. Is that an Ellis hat you're wearing?
Usually on those videos, there's usually a skip ad button down on the lower right corner.
No, this isn't an Ellis hat. This is
I was thinking Elkhart.
It's my hometown's high school baseball team hat from 2 years ago.
Elkhart.
They won state. Represent. Elkhart won state right before the pandemic. No big deal. Led to victory by my good friend David Aranda, their coach. But yeah, Elkhart Wildcats hat right here. Love it.
I magnet Roxanne Fisher Jackson. I hope you mean I magnet fish, Roxanne. I hope that's what you meant there. I've done it a couple times. I haven't pulled anything out really exciting. Just a couple small fish hooks and a couple
of nails. Magnet or just like a little basic one?
I've got one that's about like that. I think it's a 1,200 or 1,500 pound pull. Okay. Pretty decent.
Wow.
Oh yeah, yeah, me too, Tabitha. I mean, these 2 guys that I watch. One of them is Adventures with Nug. The other one is, oh my gosh, what is the other one? Oh my heavens, land! So they scuba dive and magnet fish and stuff like that, and I've seen them pull out guns, pipe bombs, mortar shells, one guy went down in one of the scuba diving ones. He was scuba diving in this one river where people cliff dive off of it. I think it's Chattahoochee down there, and he pulled up 5 iPhone watches.
Sheesh.
Some of them are still functioning. It's pretty crazy what they
I
find in
wonder if
those.
it's just like somebody steals it and then feels weird, gets like
Here's
very hot.
here's the head scratcher for me is that they always come away with golf balls in those rivers. I don't know where all these golf balls in these rivers come from.
Your brother likes the big safes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And they pull out safes. Most of them have already been busted open and cleaned out. But yeah,
Yeah.
Britain, that's the one. Britain. I can't think of his darn channel though. I just watched one of his videos this morning too. Doggone it. What is his darn channel? Britain. He's cool though. It has history in the name of it, and I can't think of it. And then Adventures with Nug, and I watch Outdoor Influencer.
Our YouTube ambassador, Trisha Arnold.
Yeah.
Roxanne found a gun.
Oh man, I couldn't get that lucky.
Tabitha says, I seen one video that they found a skull on the side of the water. They called the police and everything. I always forget the channel's name though. Depth of History.
Depths of History. That's it. Depths of History. That's it. I was looking on YouTube for it and I couldn't find it. But yeah, Depths of History. I just watched one, and I don't know why I couldn't remember that, because he starts off every video the same way. Welcome to a brand new video from Depths of History. He starts them all off the same way.
Well, what's crazy is like these hobbies are really helping law enforcement.
Yeah.
Like people are finding it like, hey, let's just go rooting around in bodies of water, and a bunch of people that are like mobsters are like, please don't. Like, please don't. We don't need anybody to know there's a car down there. Right. Please don't do that.
I know one time they were diving this one river. I think it was part of the Chattahoochee, and that's where they were finding the pipe bombs and the mortar and all that stuff like that. And they ended up calling the police out like 2 or 3 times, and all of a sudden, bomb squad comes out, clears the area and stuff. And they were told in one video that I watched that they could no longer come back to that area where they were parking at. They told them they couldn't be there anymore.
Arla likes Depths of History too. See, Arla, I am out of the loop, Arla. Everybody knows all these channels. Like I'm watching a show that's from 1982. I need to get updated. Check out Chaos Divers. Okay.
I will have to do that.
Yeah, what else should we watch, y'all? We got a few more minutes before we get out of here. What else is everybody watching? I'm always looking for stuff to watch.
And there was another one that I was watching.
Adventures with Purpose. You got me turned on to them.
I like that one too. There's one of the ones I was watching, the Depths of History, where I think she was a park ranger or something, and she jumped all over him because she said, "Oh, you're removing pieces of history from the river that don't need to be removed." And they were like, "But if we don't bring these up out of the water, they're just going to get lost down there. They're going to get, totally destroyed by the elements down there. But why not bring them up and take them to museums so they can be seen or whatever?" And she just was on him about, you can't remove historical artifacts from the river. And I was like, are you serious?
Right.
Yep. Adventures with Purpose is amazing. They've really gotten into going looking for, missing persons' cars and stuff like that in bodies of water to try to solve these cases. They've been to Randy Leach's parents' house numerous times and done numerous searches for Randy Leach.
Yeah.
And sadly, his dad did pass away recently without knowing what ever happened to Randy. So.
Wow, Jacob just got back from Waverly, Tennessee. He helped recover the missing from the flood.
And Marysville is in the house. Michelle Johnson.
What's up, Michelle?
Yay.
What's everybody doing this weekend?
Working.
You're working this weekend?
Yeah, it's my weekend to work.
I'm off until Monday, man. I lost 2 friends this week. And my boss was like, why don't you just take Sunday off? He's like, and honestly, man, like these weren't like, best friends or anything. It's just people that I've done work with before, like podcast stuff. And Yeah, man. I'm just really thankful to be here. I'm thankful you're here, Ricky. I'm thankful all of our friends are here tonight. And I just want everybody to be safe and
Yeah,
take care of
definitely.
yourselves because like you never know. You never know.
Jigging with Jordan.
Jigging with Jordan.
What's that channel all about? Sounds like fishing to me, but I'm not sure.
My son's really into fishing videos. He's 7.
Oh, wow.
The Wall.
Huh. The Wall that heals us here in town, as well as Boss Nationals.
Think that couple who thinks they're aliens won't let them check for Randy Leach knows something. I've heard of people finding cars and bodies of water with drones on accident.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, one teenage kid did that, in fact.
There's a lot of shallow bodies of water in Kansas, you know, little tiny little nothing ponds, you know.
Yeah, there was one teenage kid that did that. He actually picked up a car on one of his drones, and I think he actually dove down to check it out.
Was there a body?
I think there was. I believe there was.
Probably a missing person from a long time ago.
It could be. I'm sure that's where some of the missing people that are out there are probably, you know, some of them are. I know I watched one Adventures of Purpose where they pulled a car out, not realizing they were going to find one with a body inside because they pulled it out. And next thing you know, Jared's like, cut the camera. There's a body inside. And they grabbed a big old tarp and put over the car and everything. The police come in. And it turned out it was a missing person. It was an older gentleman that had been missing for a while.
That's sad.
I think they're part of some Russian mob. They were an older couple. And I think they're nervous of stranger being on their property.
Wow.
That's interesting.
That is really interesting.
Yeah. No, definitely a good show tonight.
Your brother said I once heard of a car being found in a body of water from a Google satellite. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. From right connected to Miss. Yeah, I think I saw a meme of that. It was just, and it's creepy. It's like the Google satellite image, and you just see like the outline of a car, and it shows like what that used to look like 50 years ago, and there was a little road that led to there, and it was somebody who was missing for like 30 or 40 years, and they're like,
wow.
well, they just missed the turn that night and went into the water and then never checked there.
Yeah.
1,500 names in the wall for being. Oh,
that's crazy. Hey, Crystal, how you doing tonight? It's okay. You can always watch the replay too,
or listen to the podcast.
Glad you're here. You know, better late than never, Crystal. Glad you're here, though.
Yeah,
always glad when you're here, Crystal. Terry said that's the one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep. Well, don't forget, if you have any case suggestions or anything, you know, you can always message me here on the page and get them to me, and I can get them looked up and made flyers for. I'm making my list here. Yeah, Michelle says it's freaking amazing. Gave me chills. I bet it did. I wonder why they never bring it through Salina.
I don't know.
I mean, that's if they would.
Yeah.
I mean, that's if they would. But anywho, you know, thank you everybody again for joining us tonight and hanging with us for the last hour and a half. You know, it's always great when you guys show up and hang out and go through the cases with us and you know, shout out cases to us and things. And you know, can't thank you guys enough for all the support you give in Kansas Missing and Unsolved and the KMU pod and everything. And I did get a new Patreon supporter today. I got it in my email this afternoon. I was like, oh, cool. So you guys can go to KMU or go to patreon.com KMU/KMU pod if you want to be a Patreon member on there. Any support on that would be greatly appreciated as well to help me out with some expenses here and there doing this and things like that. Over 200 bikes escorted into town. That is awesome.
That's awesome.
Love what y'all
You got
do.
another patron, huh?
Yes, I did.
So when are you gonna build the new wing on your house?
Yeah, I live in an apartment first and foremost.
Okay,
So
when
there's
are you
no
gonna
wing.
build a new wing?
Actually, I would like to eventually invest in another laptop since mine crapped out. That way I could have her sitting here next to me and I wouldn't have to keep switching windows on my computer. I can just sit over here and
need
go,
to get you a laptop again.
Yeah.
But that thing, what did it give you? 8 years?
I think 5 or 6 years.
Okay, that's not bad for a laptop. Yeah. And you did probably like 7 flyers to 10 flyers a day on that thing for 5
Oh,
6
yeah,
years.
Definitely.
So it
Definitely.
had seen some work. Yeah, well, that's cool, man. I'm glad you got another patron.
Yeah.
I actually lost a patron this month, so let's not talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm going backwards.
And actually, the patron is somebody my brother knows.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. Help you cover some of those costs.
No, stuff. Crystal, you weren't going to see me with a man bun. I got my hair cut.
Yeah, I think we need the man bun.
I got my hair cut, so nope. It was getting too hot and too long, and I was getting annoyed with it, so it was time to get a cut. So I did. My brother, I was going to say one thing real quick. I don't know how many of you guys are fans of the band Kiss, but my brother was messaging me earlier and telling me there was rumors circulating around that apparently the lead singer, Paul Stanley, had a heart attack. Well, apparently he did not have a heart attack, but he was diagnosed as COVID positive, so they had to cancel their show tonight. So hopefully he recovers quickly, though.
Yeah.
And keep in mind,
vaccinated.
he's fully vaccinated. Keep in mind, he's over 70. And one of the responses I seen off of his Twitter regarding the rumor of the heart attack was he commented that his heart allows him to do, I think it's 26 miles a day on his bike. And he's like over 70. I'm like, holy crap.
Maybe I need to get a bike.
I couldn't believe that. Yeah. But anyway, with that being said, guys, again, thank you for all joining us tonight. It was a fantastic show as always, and can't wait to see you guys again on the next show, which is going to be on the 31st of August, the last day of the month. So we will see you then.
He's not correcting you again.
16. Oh, he's 69. Excuse me. Okay, it's Gene Simmons that's over 70. Okay. He's like 71, 72, I think.
No, Terry's not going to allow any mistakes. Okay.
He's my worst. He's my worst critic, man.
He is, man.
They say we're our own worst critic. Well, in my case, it's not me. It's my brother.
I like him. He keeps you on your toes, man.
Yeah, apparently he does. Gene's 72. Yeah. And Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer, they're both in their 50s. I know that for a fact. So. Yeah, I cannot believe Gene and Paul are still doing that. You know, the whole makeup and 7-inch leather boots and all that good stuff. And good night, Michelle.
Yeah, that's what I do, man. That's every day when I wake up for work and I have to go do my job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, man, Gene's gonna put those lifts on tonight, and Gene's gonna put that spandex on, and he's gonna put that leather on. If he's gonna do it, I can do it. So I get up and go to work.
Right.
Because Gene Simmons has no business dressing up and playing music and running around where he's going to break something. I'm sure he's made plenty of money. He has no business doing this anymore. So I think he's strictly in it for fun. And yeah, that's awesome that he's able to do it. But that's, I wouldn't even want to do that even for as much money as he makes. Put all that makeup on, do a rock show at 72. Nope.
No, I couldn't do it. Well, good night, Trisha. Remember, that being said, guys, you guys have a good night. You guys stay.
Zoe was located.
Oh, was she? Okay, okay. That's good. I'm glad she was. That's a good deal. So Zoe Stroud was located. Okay. Cool. Good to know.
Thanks, Terry.
All right. Well, you guys all stay safe. You have a good night and take care. We will see you on August 31st, Tuesday, and we'll have a caseload for you then. Have a good night.
Well, I don't think it, I thought it, that's different. I said what I said and I meant it, or lamented. Words given weight without thought, and a person the way that I talk and the way that I ought to be able to pause and to say that the fault can be placed on my arms. To this playful assault, to disgrace in his arm. Pray for the day they could wait for the calm. You can't control the storm, only weather it, whether it's 5 weeks and 5 days of rain sideways, or scorched earth, search for death, or water left with all the thorns, with the petals gone, settle on the breath of autumn. If the crown fits, wear it, the crown fits. If the crown fits,